Hello, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris MegaCorp in our Roma Galactica II series. This is a void cloud that we are about to kill. It's just one void cloud. We have a fleet on the way to take it out, and we are hopefully then going to be able to take all of this territory. The Duranshu are, they're exploring it pretty rapidly, which worries me. I would like to get down to Brynnis before too much longer, but let's see. Can we go ahead and build this starbase yet? Nope, not just yet. But in like 10 days, we can build it. So I want to get that queued up and then move down to Tethys.
Aliens have signed a federal cooperation treaty.
Interesting.
Recon pass completed.
So it now seems like there's a federation forming on the enemy side, which could be bad, given that we've rivaled the Duranshu coalition. Who's a member of it? Hegemony of Skrikan joined the Stellar League. Yep. So definitely some of our friends are banding together, or some of our enemies are banding together. Yay! While approaching Dithaforu 1, the RSS Pythia suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appear to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia until today. The rounds we discovered are of an advanced design, despite their incredible age. Engineering research gain, nice. Right, so we've lost our admiral. Let's go ahead and replace him. A young admiral with increased ship weapons range, more lethal lifespan, or another trickster. Let's go ahead and do... I mean, trickster's nice, but here's the thing. Combat disengagement chance means that if ships leave a battle early, once they're below 50% health, I mean, first of all, it means they're more likely to do that. And if they do, we could end up in battles where, yeah, lots of ships got away safely, but at the same time, the weaker ships that could turn the tide if they remain, you know, kind of going all out, are a little bit more, that situation is less likely to occur. So let's go with Mania Quinctilius for the ship weapons range boost. And then I would also like to, since I'm thinking about it, let's take a look at, is it F6 for policies? Yes, it is. We haven't unlocked... It's not war philosophy. It's something that comes later on in the game. I don't remember what it is. It might be due to a tradition or due to an ascension perk. I totally forget what they're called. You guys will remind me in the comments, and I might get to it before I read the comments on these episodes. But it's something that allows you to set how your ships kind of behave in battle. I think you have to research maybe a technology in order to unlock it. Maybe that's what it is. Can't quite remember. But anyway, so we are building in Hixum. We've locked that down, which is awesome. Those research stations are being built. Anywhere else that I can work on stuff? I mean, there's more that I want to add, but I kind of want to focus my, like, all of my attention down here. Ah, they already took Brynnis. Damn it! Okay. That makes me mad. I mean, I was going for Hixum for the same reason. I want to make sure we lock down that territory. But the Duranshu coalition has really aggressively moved into territory that would have been mine. So now we can probably still take Tethys and maybe even still take these systems because we are researching them. We would just have to beat them to it. Let's take a quick look at the construction ships we have in the area. We have you here. Why don't you come over here, please? Because I need more construction ships and we need more influence per turn. And it sucks because I would like to save up influence for nominating Earth to be the homeworld for the galactic market. But here's the thing. I need this territory. So it's like, I've got to try to prioritize. The Vitricius Confederation entered into a research agreement with the Mandasore Star Union. Can I do a research agreement with you guys? Oh, we already have one, that's right. We can form a research agreement with the Multics Union. It would cost me a little bit of influence per month, which I really don't want to give up any influence per month, but... Alright. And the Commercial Pact would also do that. Alright, there we go. So that's done. The surface of Colonia Nova Parthia is covered in lush forests with massive tree analogs rising hundreds of meters into the air. Interestingly, our colonists have found that nearly all of the flora is mobile to various degrees. Forests stretching for miles will slowly migrate to new areas richer in nutrients in a cycle that seems tied to the moon's orbit. Unfortunately, this has seriously hampered our efforts to develop the colony's infrastructure. The migrating trees frequently cut power lines while smashing our buildings and roads into rubble. We need to find a solution.
New sitrep.
All right, so we have a new situation reports.
Anomaly
Let's take a quick
found.
look. Pause, game, for God's sake. Migrating forests on Colonia Nova Parthia. So we can study them or we can burn them. I'm going to study them. Let's just look into it that way. And we still have some alien specimens to procure, and we haven't found any other Cybrix artifacts of any kind to speak of. It's weird. We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this moon. It might have been a glitch in our systems, or it could be a sign of something more. Alright, we're going to have Hosta look into that. Alright, nothing much to do here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and build those stations.
Aliens have signed a federal cooperation treaty.
The Derisius Confederation has entered the Condyne Accord. Well, hang on. Do we need to federate? Alright, so we need the Federation diplomacy tradition in order to create one. So, I guess there's definitely a Federation builder empire somewhere in here. Is it the Derisius? No, it's not you guys. I feel like one of you... Interesting. So there's two different federations that have just formed.
Construction complete.
I wonder if they'll oppose one another. Or if they'll team up against me. Yay! Alright, Colonia Nova Parthia. We're going to have to clear some terrain here. We haven't done that too much this series yet. But we have an unemployed pop, and I definitely want to take advantage of that. Let's see. More energy? Yes. Build.
System reconnaissance completed.
The magnetic field of Mendoc 1A experienced a complete reversal while it was being observed by the RSS Alepius. This rare event has interchanged the positions of the moon's magnetic poles. Fortunately, it was all recorded by the sensors of our ship, providing our scientists with a lot of valuable data. Intriguing. Alright, so we should be able to build that pretty soon. Meanwhile, our fleet is right around the corner.
Evasive action.
Now, I'm not going to... Actually, I have an opportunity here, come to think of it. Taking evasive action where? Oh, yeah, the cultist shipyard. I can send my fleet to take care of that since they're in the area, and that chain can finally be dealt with. Ascrivium now has a new building slot. Nice. So, we've got a stronghold here and alloy foundries. Autoton Monument, I feel like, is what we are going to need to do, but also we aren't doing great on consumer goods, so maybe before I do Autoton Monument, I just need to do civilian industries. Let's do that as a way to produce more consumer goods and balance that out a little bit. All right, so here's what we're going to try and do. We're going to finish these stations. Oh, damn it. Case, this is our new scientist, and you have arrested development? I also need to do some Starhold upgrades. I'll do that this episode. Let's see, though. If you have arrested development... Hang on. Where were you? You're done. Bye. So now we have to hire a new leader. Let's just go for one with a long lifespan. Paula Plautius. Dang. That's freaking dumb. He had barely gained any experience before he gained that. Alright. I also remembered that I wanted to rename... We're going to rename this sector here. Clonin Nova Parthia sector to... Babylon. We could technically call it Babylonia, but we're going to just go with Babylon. The Parthian Empire was slightly north of the Mesopotamia sector. We could also call it Mesopotamia, but that's a little bit too earthen, if I can say that. for me. It's a little bit too, specific to like a region that exists on Earth. Whereas, I'm trying to go for
reports a new breakthrough.
I'm trying to go for sector names that represent ideas and cultures. All right, gas extraction wells, exploit cultural areas at least. Exploit resource. So we've gained the exotic gases. We can get more minerals from miners if we research that now. Starbase building cost. Ooh, that could come in handy. So could these research boosts at this point. All of these things could be useful. So could the new railgun. Yeah, I'm about to be building a bunch of starbases, so I feel like this is a good way to save. But then again, I could upgrade all of my minerals, and that would help me for the rest of the game, not just on my starbases. But we've already done that twice. That's the other thing, too. Hang on. Maybe we'll just go for the research boost. That'll be done. It's going to take a while, but let's go with that. Alright, so you're done here. You can build a research station there. Mining station and research stations.
Recon pass completed.
Didn't realize we had that much unimproved there. A private collector on Escrivium has somehow come into ownership of an ancient precursor artifact believed to be Cybrex in origin. Nice. So everyone has a price. Let's purchase that from him. Alright, now we have enough to add another system. The question is, will we build up enough influence to be able to add Tedis as well? It seems like they already have a... Alright, good. They're building mining stations there. Ugh. Okay. So they've taken that arid world. It's a small arid world. That's not the worst loss. If I can take these two systems from them, I could still stop them from moving into this area too far. I would still like to take Yarrick if possible, and even Ossia. But... yeah, here's what we're going to do. You're building those mining stations. We'll move you here. Well... building those mining stations, and then we'll move you there. And then we're going to have you come... Alright, you're already moving to Marinius. Once we've taken out the Void dude, we need to have a science ship jump in and survey it very quickly. The colonial authorities on Colonia Nova Parthia have reported that one of the local wandering forests has migrated to another region on the moon. Hundreds of thousands of trees have uprooted and marched in unison to this new area, trampling everything in their path. Peculiar. That added some devastation to the planet. Bathazone societal shift. So they made great strides in centralizing the various planetary governments, so now they're becoming more authoritarian. So they are prepared to integrate with us rather easily, even if we enslave them. Alright, so we need a little bit more housing here. We could do a city district that would definitely give that a boost, and I've done that on most of my core worlds. So it seems like that's gonna be... The housing issue might be due to the devastation as well that we just suffered. But let's go ahead and sell some food. And then we're going to purchase just enough minerals to buy what I need. No more. No more. Alright, there's that. Yes, that was a Doctor Who reference. Alright, Elysium is colonized. We're about to be. And that should be in the Babylon sector.
The new world has been secured for our colonists.
Excellent. Alright, so now with that being done, we have toxic kelp we do need to clear, but we don't have the technology to clear it yet. So, you guys don't have anything I really need to build here yet. I guess I'll just wait.
Recon pass completed.
We are way over on our Empire Sprawl. That's going to make things interesting later on. I'm kind of playing experimentally at this point. I haven't played a lot, as I've mentioned, I haven't played a lot offline. I haven't had the ability to. So, learning as I go, and we'll see how that affects things. We are seeing a definite movement toward a more militaristic society by the various Bathozoan governments. Their standing military forces, such as they are, have become more professional in nature. They will thank us one day. Okay, so we've just finished the generator district here, I think. Now we're getting started on the city district. We've made great strides in ridding the Bathozoid of superstitions and primitive beliefs that plague their society. I'm actually going to cancel that, because the housing issue just went away when the generator district finished. They're beginning to see the value of science and rationality. Good. Alright, so these guys are here. Here's what we're going to do. I need you... Which station? Which science ship was that? I need you to move there and be ready to jump straight to Tethys as soon as we're done clearing it out, because that hasn't been explored by either empire. An unknown phenomenon has been discovered near Mendoc. It is causing light to be frequently refracted and occasionally even entirely blocked out. Research it, please.
Construction complete.
Good. So now you're ready as well. Let's have you... No, I don't need you to move to Marinius. I need you to come right here. Alright, it is on, buddy. This isn't going to last too long. Let's watch this. Now that we have destroyers, this will be a fun little fight to watch.
Fleet action underway.
Unless we get contacted by a random fallen empire. Greetings, humans. As you no doubt know, we Glebsic are dedicated to the study and conservation of all life forms within the galaxy. We have studied your species and determined that the Roman Star Empire is unlikely to last for more than a few centuries at best. To ensure the continuation of the human species, should the worst befall your empire, we would like to acquire a part of your population for our endangered species preserve. We will construct a special reservation that perfectly mirrors the natural habitat of your species, and its population will be well taken care of and protected from all harm. So you need not worry on their behalf. So what do you say? Will you contribute to our preserve and safeguard the future of your species? I mean, I'm sure some people would be willing to go. This could be good for us later on. So very well, you will have your contribution. That'll reduce happiness and therefore reduce resource allocation for... Seriously? Great. They shifted again. Don't care. Let me just kill this guy and watch while I do it. That sounded somewhat sadistic. Alright, well that was fast. Alright, so we definitely need to reinforce the fleet, and we'll have you guys, while that's happening, we're gonna send you over that direction because we have to deal with the last cultists. That should be done before the end of the episode, we'll see. Alright, this scientist needs to do the research project, then survey. You are just going to move into orbit of the star, please. And we do technically have enough to go ahead and be adding, for instance... Oh no, we don't have enough to do Fool Eyes because it's technically 2 jumps away. But what we could do is go ahead and jump here, making it more difficult for them to, like, go for Yarok or Osik. That's just... The more borders I can lock down on their... The more systems I can lock down on their borders, the better off I'm going to be. Alright, the Glebsic Ancients have opened their borders to us. Very nice. I didn't know they'd closed their borders, you jerks. The anomaly found close by Mendoc, however unlikely, appears to be some type of rift in space. It's possible the great mass of Mendoc somehow caused it, but its nature is beyond our understanding. The rift not only refracts and blocks light, but seems to actually draw it in and then push it out repeatedly, as if it were breathing photons. It is likely the immense gravitational pull of the rift has at some point inhaled in other things. As well, we should exercise caution. Keep a close watch. Keep you study from a safe distance. Alright, special project, breathe in, breathe out. I kind of like making a special project of it. Let's see what happens there. Research that. We're studying the migrating forest. It's going to take forever and a day. It's actually slowing down our Hall of Judgment. How long did that say it was going to take? 90 months? That's a long frickin' time, for the record. That's a long-ass time. I'm not a huge fan of that. But it is what it is. Alright, so that... situation is being handled. More devastation being added by the wandering forests. Joy. Didn't know that was going to be an issue. Alright, let's go ahead and go back up to speed 3 for a bit, so we can let ships travel around and get stuff done.
Completed.
Alright, migration treaty has ended between the Hegemony of Skrakan and the Hejim Trade Commission. Interesting. Lots of diplomatic expansion happening. The Bathozoid have made... Great, that's wonderful. I really don't care.
Construction complete.
Hejim Trade Commission has opened their borders. And where are you guys? You're over here? Yeah, they have a... So they're ruthless capitalists. Yeah, they're pretty far away. I don't know that we're going to be able to make many deals with them, especially since they're on the other side of the Vetericius Confederation. If we do a little bit of conquering in a bit, maybe so. But we're still in the process of locking down our territory, so one bloody thing at a time. All right, science ship is looking at the debris.
Construction complete.
We have made great strides in ridding the Bothrozoid of the superstitions and primitive beliefs that plague their society. They're beginning to see the value. Blah, blah, blah.
Battle debris secured.
We have analyzed the debris in Tethys. Nice. All right, so now we're looking on... I don't know what this construction ship is doing. They're building a Fulad starbase. No, they're not. Because I'm going to build one. I don't care how much influence it costs me. I'll build one first.
Anomaly found.
Sorry, not going to happen.
Project complete.
Nice! Many uneventful months have passed since the discovery of the rift near Bennock, but now we have received reports of a great stream of debris pouring out of it. It is ours for the taking. So we've got energy credits from that, and engineering research gained. Good. Oh, hey. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Colonia Pacifica, we can go ahead and upgrade. Good to see. I won't change that name just yet, but we also have some unemployment. I could probably benefit from a little bit of extra alloy production at this point. Although more consumer goods could also be good. I think we're all right, though. Alloy production is also good. Oh, yes, I haven't done the new Mystic Shrine yet. Forgot about that. We need to do things that will produce more unity, don't we? And more robots. Let's go ahead and just do an old school Autoton monument. Used to be one of the first things I built on every single world. Remember that? Remember those days when we built those all the time? Our naval capacity is no longer an issue. That's nice to see.
Construction complete.
In your face, jerks. My system. Not your system. My system. Alright, so what we need to do, ideally, let's see if there's a science ship in the area that can do this for us. Yeah. Alright, so you come survey here. Actually shouldn't have had them investigate that. I should have had them, I think they have a science ship on the way. We'll beat them to this. We've discovered a thriving ecosystem in the upper atmosphere of the gas giant Tethys II. Massive floating creatures having evolved bodies filled with lighter-than-air gases follow the wind currents and feed off the energy released by the gas giant's frequent lightning storms. These beings in turn support colonies of smaller animals that prey on atmospheric plankton and each other. That's in the system we're surveying right now. Again, the rift near Mendoc spews out something new. More engineering research and energy credits. Nice. Okay. So now we're back to surveying, and how much do we have left to survey? It's not a big system. So we should be able to add more to our territory fairly soon. The Bothrozoid have made great strides in centralizing their various planetary governments, with political power redirected towards a few capable leaders. The inefficiencies of mob rule are slowly being weeded out of society. So honestly, I kind of just want to conquer them. I might do that once we're done taking out these guys. The fleet's on the way. Alright, science ship has arrived to survey Tethys, but they're not going to beat me to it. Paula Plotius is leveled up. Good, just don't get the arrested development trait, please. The latest data report from the Rift's observation probe tells us that the Rift has vanished. After drawing its last breath, the Rift closed and left behind not a trace of its energies. So we got some physics research, at least. Nice, new aliens. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Biham system. Is this it's an alien space station. Okay, so there is potentially an empire, like, way over here. So let's call this... This will give us some influence, potentially. So that's going to be... That could be a big win to end this episode. We'll see. Should be done in just a second.
Science Division report success.
What do we have? Shields? Good. Starbase FTL inhibitor, probably a good idea to go ahead and do that. Just in case we have a war soon-ish. Oh, would really like to be able to
System
build up influence to
reconnaissance completed.
nominate a world for the galactic market, but no. Too much going on. All right, good. We have just enough influence for this. Let's go ahead and start that starbase and laugh in the face of these jerks that thought they were going to get it from us. We can also colonize Tethys 3 as soon as this is in our territory, and I think I'm going to do that. We can colonize Thrad as well. Oh, hello. Hang on. They'll thank us one day. Don't care. They're going to be thanking us a lot.
Construction complete.
Especially once we enslave them. I think that's the opposite of thankfulness. All right, so let's see. Recycling campaign and healthcare campaign. We can go ahead and do more. So that's going to keep our growth speed high. Let's see what else we can do edict-wise. Exotic gases is fuel. How many exotic gases do we have? Plenty. Let's do it. We're not terraforming any worlds yet, so I'm not going to worry about that. But we might have the option of doing that fairly soon for some new colonies. I just need to keep an eye on, again, on my Empire sprawl. That's the main thing. Don't care. How close are we to finishing? Finishes in 6 months. Okay. I'm going to get to that point before we end the episode here.
Recon pass completed.
Because it's just a sensible point to end at. We'll have the construction ship come to Yarrick when they're done. Yep, let's extend the deal. 2 exotic gases for 20 energy credits per month. We could say 30. No, I'll keep it at where it was. Okay, so their opinion of us is still not good enough. It's getting there, but we don't get their special... we don't get their special sauce yet. It's going to take a second before we can get that. But we're getting close. Classis 1 does have some upgrade opportunities. I'll have to take a look at blueprints shortly. Oh, hello. Oh, that's right. I didn't actually send you in to attack. Let's take care of this, shall we? Finally end the cultists. We are receiving a transmission from the Dabulan Temple of Renewal. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are now open, and all hostilities between us have ceased for the moment. Interesting. So they are up here, I assume. All right, so they're ruthless capitalists. They are egalitarian, militarist, and spiritualist. I bring greetings from the hallowed Comptroller Fem Ernie, the undisputed ruler of the Dabulan Temple of Renewal. To respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds. So they're militarist. We can say we will not be held back, Dabulans. And they are here. Okay, so we officially are boxed in. Like, I knew we'd eventually run into an empire in this direction. How do we compare to them? Their fleet power is superior, but their technology level is inferior. So our research agreements are paying off at the moment. All right, so we have finished this starbase. Let's go ahead and get these mining stations built. You're researching Yarrick. That Arctic world is definitely colonizable. So is this Alpine world. I think I will go ahead and start building... Yeah, this would be the best place to have a starbase, especially since there's going to be a planet here. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Since I have so many minerals built up, let's upgrade you. Let's also pay a visit to the Sol Station. Upgrade you. Upgrade you. Let's see, the Runa Station... not as urgent. We have the option of building more stations, of course. Where else would be a good spot for one? Zoldior Station definitely needs an upgrade. The Ural Station... not as much. And then we might be able to do a new one somewhere. Let's have a look around. Maybe? There's not really an opportunity for one right now. Unless I just do defensive ones. Like, I could do a defensive one in Fulaz or Assia. But I feel like Tethys is the one we're going to start with for now. And then let's see what else we can do here. I need to end this episode now that we've gotten that done. There was one other thing I was waiting on, which was the... Oh yeah, that's right. We encountered them and gained some influence for encountering them. So that finished up as well. All right, well, in that case, I'll stop this one here. In the next one, I'm going to keep considering at the very beginning where I might add some additional stations, and then those upgrades will actually allow us to make some changes and add some things that we haven't been able to do much of in either take on this series, because we finally have the alloys to do those kinds of things. I'll also take a look at my blueprints. I'll take a look at my defensive platforms and really start to think in terms of, okay, how can I build up to a point where I don't feel threatened by this rival next door that might declare war on me. So interesting times ahead for the series. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day. We'll do this at the beginning of the next episode. Every other day at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.